Hi, this is Dr. Christopher Maloney, naturopathic doctor. I want to talk a little bit about research, and especially research within alternative medicine. I want to be very clear. Patients will say to me, well, I think there's some research. And I'm like, well, is it human studies? Is it rat studies? A lot of alternative medical research is done in rats and mice, and they may have a really good time. They may be a really great remedy or supplement for a mouse or a rat. In many cases, those studies are done in very high quantities of the substance. So if that supplement was very effective for the rat, he probably ate 20% of his calories from that substance. So in many cases, it's not applicable to humans. It's hard to find a good, high quality human study on supplements. The benefit of supplements is that for the most part they're not toxic, and I get really grumpy when people are saying, well, supplements, they're bad for you. I'm like, supplements for the most part don't seem to do much. The vast majority of people are taking supplements over the counter themselves without any medical supervision, and they don't seem to be killing themselves off at anywhere near the rate that pharmaceutical drugs do. Pharmaceutical drugs are very effective, very specific, and they also cause a great deal of side effects when they're done inappropriately. Within supplements and within dietary stuff, you're not going to find the toxicity, but you're also not going to find the process of stringent trials one after the other, because there just isn't the money to put into those trials. For the most part, alternative medical research itself is not documented well within Medline or any of the other locations. You need to look at multiple locations. You know exactly what you're looking for. And even then, it's often not categorized appropriately. It's set up for drugs, it's set up for drug trials. The whole system is not set up for an herb. They might be using an herb, they might be using a different species of that herb, and it would never show up in your initial search. So for the most part, finding something, research on alternative medicine is a very complex process. It takes hours and it takes a great deal of information about the system. So do not believe somebody when they say there's no research on a subject. Chances are very high that they did preliminary research. Preliminary research didn't show up anything, and then they assumed that there wasn't anything, when in fact they simply didn't use the right keyword. They didn't know what they were looking for. So there's a great deal of research out there. It needs to be taken with a big grain of potassium, not salt, but potassium. And yet, what I would say about all the research is that underlying it all is the sense that we have a low level of toxicity for most of what we're doing, and it's much better for us to try it than to not try it, but within the context of using things that are specifically have some level of preliminary research that might show some benefit for you.